So I decided to set up a fund called To Wish Upon a Star. We called George our little star. His nursery is still covered in little stars today. And I wanted it to be a fund to help others who lost a child suddenly and unexpectedly. And actually, selfishly, it was just going to be a little hobby to keep my mind ticking over. So we started looking at bereavement facilities in our area. We spoke to the staff in Cardiff, the largest A&E in Wales, with our ideas, and they were just, bowled over with the fact that we were prepared to help them put these in place. We started with the bereavement rooms. We then looked at memory boxes. Now, memory boxes are used a lot on labour wards, maternity units, in palliative care places and children's hospices, but actually very few are used in emergency units. And we wanted it to be realistic. We wanted it to be something easy for the staff to use in such a busy environment. So we came up with some memory boxes, which now 5 years on are in every critical care unit, every emergency unit in Wales. The police have got them, mortuaries have got them, undertakers and funeral directors have got them. We deliver them and check their bereavement facilities. And we've done 8 bereavement rooms in the last 5 years in Wales. And we continue to look at their facilities and work with Welsh Government to make sure there is a suitable place for these families to be placed with their loved one after they've passed away. So all our bereavement rooms are in emergency units or critical care units. That's our focus as a charity. We've done 3 in critical care units, the rest are in emergency units for anyone to use, but our focus at the time was on child death. And as I said, the memory boxes then are used as well. Now, as a charity, we look at sudden and traumatic death in under 25s. So it started as a paediatric charity looking at under 18s, but we found with young suicide and road traffic accidents on the increase, we extended our age range to looking at 25s and under who pass away suddenly. We then will support them straight away with that bereavement suite, making that process a little easier. We provide those memory boxes, and then we provide them immediate support from the time of death for as long as they need it. At the moment, we offer 2 types, two pathways. We've got an immediate pathway. So we work with every emergency unit in Wales to offer an immediate support to families who lose a 25 or under. With consent from the family, the hospital and the staff on duty will contact our charity immediately. And as a charity, we will phone the family within 48 hours to offer them our support. We stress this isn't counselling. This is just rational support. It could be about death certificates. It could be about post-mortems. It could be, we even had to find out where children's bodies have been taken. So it depends on the family, and we're led by the family. After about 8 weeks, we would then look at offering professional counselling with really good counsellors across the country of Wales, and they offer ongoing support. We also have support groups across Wales every month for families to come together to share their own experiences as well. This immediate pathway has been a massive success, but we also offer support to anyone who's lost a 25 or under whenever the death has occurred. And we look at those as historical deaths. If they come into us tomorrow, we will offer them support. And normally we can see a family within 2 weeks at the moment. So as part of the charity as well, we offer grandparent support. So when I talk about counselling and support, we talk about anyone who's been affected significantly by that loss. So we're not just looking at parents, we're looking at specific grandparents. It could be a next door neighbour that looks after the child before school. It could be someone who witnesses the sudden death of a child, because even as a stranger, you have to live with that, and we really do try and look at the whole picture and everyone who's affected. If it wasn't for my mum and dad, I wouldn't be here today. That's hand on heart, I know that. And I think the older generation struggle with that support. I've got friends, I have parents in the playground, I bounce my ideas off. And my parents, I think, you're limited when you're, especially my parents are a bit older. So we offer that counselling. We actually have a specific grandparent support group. And I can say that is probably our most popular support group, and probably the one we're the most proud of, because the same people keep coming back and friendships have been formed. I hate to think what they say about me in there, but that's what my mum and dad's outlet as well. But in Wales, and I like places in the UK, very small knit communities where sometimes families live in the same street, so very, very close families, and it's important they are supported, because if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't be here today. They took on my 2 children and helped me bring them up the last few years, and they deserve support just like any parent. Well, our charity is a Welsh charity, and there's still areas of Wales that don't know about it. Like, we can see anyone in Wales today if they ring up after losing a child or young adult. So for us, it's now promoting what we do, getting out there and seeing families who are still suffering years, tens of years on, because they actually could come to us and we could offer them that support. So it's important that people are aware of the work that we do, and the age of the people that we would then support and so on. So anything like this is brilliant to raise the profile. You know, we've worked really hard for 5 years. We've got 7 members of staff now. We are still self-funded. We love our fundraising, but it's promotion of the charity, so we can actually use that money to bring good to people's bring people's lives, change people's lives. And until you go through it, you can't help. I do find you've got to have gone through something like this to realise that there is these gaps and what families need. Everyone grieves differently, which will always be the difficult thing because everyone needs different support. But for me, it's knowing I have a very good understanding of why people can't leave their house after someone dies. Now, if you'd have told me that before, I'd have gone, that doesn't really weigh out. Why wouldn't you want to go out? You know, so there's lots, you know, you do get a better understanding.